Hello everybody and welcome. This is MFL Total Access. That's Dave Avalis. This is Will Power. Final week of MFL regular season. Playoffs are now right around the corner, Terry.
I feel like I've been waiting all day to film this episode, and it literally feels that way, doesn't it?
It's been crazy. I feel like today was 4 days in one.
Yeah, like Sunday morning I woke up and I'm like, I can't wait to film. A lot of stuff going down. We literally have 1 week left to the playoffs. How exciting is that?
Extremely exciting. And Terry and I have broken down
Literally took us like
this is why I'm thinking
5 hours to get through all the playoff scenarios. And
yes, we probably got most of them wrong.
Don't take our word for it.
No.
Like, just a disclaimer, we'll give them to you, but
Yeah.
like, if we said you're for sure making them and you end up not making them, and if we say you needed to win this and you win and you don't make it, or vice versa, like, it's not on us.
I would say whatever we said, maybe go the opposite.
I mean, I took care of Division 1 to 4, and in that time, Will only had time to do 5. Like, I started with 1, he started with 5. Will said we'll meet in the middle. I got to 4 when he was almost done 5.
To my defense, Division 5 is crazy.
No, 4 is
it's
the craziest.
Bananas.
I think 4 is the craziest.
Is it really?
Yeah, 4 is the craziest.
We'll jump into that stuff later on in the show.
What else do we have to say? We still have a contest going on.
Yes.
Did we say we're going to announce the winner at the end of the regular season or at the end of after the playoffs and everything?
I think we're end of the regular season.
So
probably
next
end of the
week.
playoffs.
Oh, wait, we did the first one after 6 episodes. So, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll do it after this episode. So for the playoffs?
Like after the playoffs?
No, like next episode we'll announce the winner. Our end of the week.
Okay.
Yeah?
And then that's it.
Yeah, because then maybe
Okay.
less people watching the playoffs, your team didn't
Okay.
make it, blah, 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 blah. There's literally a crazy amount of teams still alive into the last week of the season. Like, that's nice, right?
Yeah, it is.
That's what you want.
It's awesome. I talked about Division 2 being nuts, right? And like all this and that
All
happening.
the
And
divisions
like,
are nuts right now.
Yeah, but like that's nothing in comparison to
Got our
D4
notes.
and D5. My notes are all up here.
Ain't no many.
Everyone, not everyone, unfortunately, but we still want to see those who are mathematically eliminated to come out, have a good time, have a good Saturday. What else would you be doing on a Saturday besides playing MFL?
So we'll do a really quick recap of games, and because talking playoffs now is going to take like the whole show, and then we could talk about like winning you're in or stuff like that.
Yeah, that sounds good.
So Division 1?
D1, you want to start D1 or D5? May as well go D1, eh?
Yeah.
Okay.
I already explained to you how we do that.
D1 it is.
So D1.
Did you ref that game?
Yes.
Okay.
Bright and early. I think I saw Centurions needed a sub, and they got Mace sub. So I'm like, wow. Like, I was the only one that picked Centurions to win this game. I think across the board, you guys all picked Go Cook. And then I was like, I just had a feeling, you know?
Yeah.
And I heard you telling me, trust your feeling, blah, blah, blah.
You
and all
gotta
that
trust your
BS. Yeah. And then I get to the park, and I see, okay, Gabard Chambault's there, Yvan's there, Simon Pierre is there. Like, they were missing Sam Colette, but they still had, like, a lot of their key pieces, right? And the game started off well for them. They drive the whole field. They score. I think there was no incompletions on that drive. Like, let me pass 8. Okay, 1 incompletion.
Slicing and dicing.
Yeah, 1 incompletion, and then the pass after was a touchdown.
Nice.
Literally, on the first 2 drives, there were, like, 2 incompletions, and it was Alex Ferrand that batted both passes down.
DB.
And, like, they scored, and they got the 2-point convert to go up 8-0.
Damn.
And, like, at this point, I'm like, okay, Centurions are back.
Yeah.
Like, they're back. Then, Go Cook on the next drive scored to make it 8-7.
Okay.
Oh, wait, before I forget.
So tell me Go Cook went for 1 even though they're down by 2.
Yes.
What are your thoughts on that? Like, just in general.
Well, it was very, very early in the game.
Yes.
You can obviously, like, I'm not, like, sure about, like, Go Cook's, like, percentage of getting their 1s and their 2s. But if you're, like, very confident in your 1s and you know that you get, like, 70-80% of your 1s throughout the game.
Yeah.
And you know that, like, on 5 touchdowns you'll get, like, 3-4, whatever. Like, you have those points in the bank.
Yeah.
So unless you absolutely need the 2 to not make it a 2-possession game or to keep the game tied and all that, if, like, that's your bread and butter, like, just go with it, you know?
I think it takes maturity to go for 1 when you're down by 2. I know I would always go for 2, down by 2.
Well, kudos to Centurions going for 2 and getting it, because just going for 2 is, like, okay.
Right.
But and getting it, putting, like, that pressure on, because, like, when you're up 8-0 after you start with the ball, the other team, at best, could tie you, right?
Yeah, good call.
Now I'm curious. Let's see their stats of Go Cook.
I mean, you would think Go Cook are pretty good at 2-point
Go
conversion.
Cook got 17 1-point converts and no 2-point converts.
Okay, so I guess they just don't go for 2. But considering that Dom can run, you can run on 2-point converts.
Dom has a -1 2-point convert. So, John, how is that possible?
Is that throwing a pick 1?
No. Like, or throwing a pick 2? No, he wouldn't get a -1. Like, when
Maybe
you
he
look
threw 18 pick 1s. Because they have 17 ones.
No, because, like, in rushing stats, you can't have, like, a 1-point rushing stat. But you got a 2-point rushing stat. And he has a -1 number of 2-point rushes.
So you're telling me it's possible that Nick Husey score kept that game?
I don't know what happened, but I'd be curious to know. Let us know, John. John told me last week that we told him let us know something, and then he forgot. But he's like, oh, yeah, he told me to let you know something. And then he's like, I should have commented. I'm like, yes, you should have.
Well, I'm surprised he's still watching the episodes, to be honest. So that's good.
He watched them every Thursday morning.
My man.
Like once when we had trouble uploading the show, he wasn't stressed about like if everyone's gonna get it. He was like, okay, well I still get it by Thursday morning. Like, who cares if the MFL community gets it? I need to watch it with my Thursday morning coffee.
Johnny.
Okay, yeah, so like this is what we shouldn't be doing. We shouldn't be like deviating from our course because we have a lot to talk about. That was all you.
I'm staying on task. That was all you this time.
Okay, before you cut me off, what I wanted to say, which was that Francisco Locas got a pick on Dom as a rusher. He had 4 sacks this game and an interception.
What's his name?
Francis. I'm not sure how to pronounce his last name. Like Locas. And
that's a sick name.
Hugo? Francis Hugo Locas? Can we call him Frank?
That's a cool name.
But it was a sick pick. Like he batted it up in the air and then he kind of like dove for it. And it was a wall. Cook were in the red zone, and I think the score was like very, very close at that point.
Damn, respect.
Let's see here.
That's tough to do against any QB. Especially a quick one like Dom. Impressive. But is that...
Yes, sorry. Cook were up 2 possessions.
Okay.
And it was the second to last play of the game when they were like on the 1 yard line.
Yeah.
Getting the ball back to start the half.
Okay, second last play of the half.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Getting the ball back to start the second half. So like that was huge because Cook could have went up 3. They eventually did end up going up 3. But like it was a little spark that gave Centurions like still some hope. And like they were fighting till the end. But like, I mean, what do I know? But since we have a show to comment on other people, like I'm gonna comment on it. But like, who cares what I think, right? But like, Centurions early in the game were moving the ball so well with the short to mid passing game, right?
Yes.
Like those little slants to the snapper. Louis like subbed in pretty well for Sam at the snapper position.
Okay.
Like solid hands.
Yeah.
And great routes. And you know those like kind of like 7
routes, yes,
7 to 10. No, not even the 7-10 comeback routes, like on the sideline that you catch it and the guy can't even make a tackle.
Yeah.
He's like with Simon Pierre, like
that's
specialty.
bread and butter, right?
Yeah, and like they were marching the field with it, and then like they just kind of went turnover on downs or like got through a bad pick, and then like Golgook took like a lead, and then they still had plenty of time left. I think they were still down 2 scores with, they were down 2 scores with 15 minutes left. Like they had plenty of time. Alexis had a sick pick 6.
Yeah?
Yeah, he had 1 crazy pick 6 and another pick 6 that was also like very cool. But like he went to tackle the guy and the guy kind of bobbled the ball, and as he was tackling him, caught the ball and ran it back in. He had 2 pick 6s in this game, a bunch of PDs. He was clearly like the star on defense. But okay, my head's going to me at the same time. I don't want to forget to say that Dom also balled out in this game. Like
putting up 50 burger.
Oops, there goes my phone.
Putting up a 50 burger. Impressive.
Yeah. Dom like was on point in this game. Like he knew it, and like the other team knew it also. And like, but what I was saying about Centurions is that like they kind of deviated from their specialty. Like when they were 6-0 at one point in the season, they weren't like holy trollers, flying offense.
Yeah, that's not their style.
Yeah, like, and it was working for them.
Yeah,
and I get that you're down 2 scores, you maybe want to like score fast and all that, but like you had enough time, and that's maybe what caused the score to get way out of hand at that point. But like there was a lot of. It was not a good game at all by Centurions, but there was still a lot of good in this game that they could take away to try to regroup in their last game of the season before entering the playoffs. Because this team was the clear-cut number 1, 6-0, and now they lost
3 in a row.
3 straight games.
Yeah,
it feels more than that.
Yeah,
honestly.
it does. You're right.
They lost the number 1 seed. Like technically, they could still get it if Bitter Voice score like 100 points against on Outlaws.
Okay. That doesn't seem likely.
Yeah. I just don't like they know what the recipe is to win, right?
Is it it's more of it because of their players missing?
They were
like
only
how
6.
much of it?
Yeah, that's a very good point.
No, I'm saying over the last 3 weeks, not just.
I don't know how many
game.
guys were there last week, but I know that this Saturday was very, very hot.
Yeah,
and they were just 6 guys.
Okay.
Yeah. I
mean, fair. Look, I mean, it's hard for them. It's hard for Cook too, whether they have subs or they don't have subs.
Yeah, I think Cook had 1 sub.
Yeah. That's tough. Big game for Centurions coming up this week against us, A-Team. And like they probably won't get the 1 seed because Outlaws should be able to be Bitter Boys. But like I said last week, Terry, on the show, you want to be going into the playoffs on a high note and not limping in. And unfortunately for Centurions, they're limping as much as a team can limp into the playoffs. So we'll see what they will do this week.
Do you want to say anything about A-Team and Bitter Boys? We go straight into the tiebreakers.
No, A-Team, Bitter Boys, big game for us. Pulled through the last 2 weeks. Dave had a good game.
Yeah, Dave had a really good game. And he got that no-pick game.
Yep, exactly.
Signed with a big smile on his face after the game.
Clean sheet. Good stuff, Dave. It's my quarterback.
Okay, so looking at the standings right now,
Yes.
Outlaws have unofficially clinched the 1 seed. If Centurions win and Outlaws lose, and Outlaws give up more than 81 points against, more than Centurions do, Centurions have the number 1 seed.
So let's have the 1 seed.
Exactly.
Okay.
So Centurions have not clinched the 2 seed either.
Right.
Okay, but where it gets interesting now.
Listen up, folks.
Holy Trollers, A-Team, Gros Coq.
Yes. Chance of a potential 3-way tie.
Chance of a potential 3-way tie. That 3-way tie would happen if Holy Trollers win against Gros Coq and A-Team loses against Centurions.
Which is
we then
possible.
Very possible.
Yeah.
We'd have a 3-way tie. All the teams went 1-1 against each other. So the next tiebreaker, we've got to warn people about the standings and about the tiebreaker. So we'll do it every division.
Yeah.
Okay, so since we're talking about this now, at the end of the day, if you look at the standings, it might not be accurate. It could take into account a 2-way tie, but if it's a 3-way tie and we're looking at like head-to-head between teams, the site doesn't do that yet. So usually what John does, he sends an email at the end of the day to confirm the final standings. But we'll let you know what we think, but you could trust us.
Just be wary that at the end of the day, if you check your standings after this weekend of football, it may not be updated.
And also, the first tiebreaker is head-to-head. Head-to-head amongst tied teams, even if you're more than 2 teams that are tied. Then it'll be points against, and then it'll be the differential.
Yes.
So Gros Coq, A-Team, Holy Trollers. If Coqs lose to Trollers and A-Team... Basically, Coqs, you win and you're in.
Yeah. Coq, you win and you're in. A-Team, you win and you're in.
A-Team, you win and you're in. Yes.
Yeah. Simple as that.
Simple as that. Coqs could also make it in.
Yes.
With an A-Team loss. Right off the bat.
Even if Gros Coq lose.
Actually, no. No, okay. No, because then it'd be...
No, exactly.
We have a 3-way tie.
No.
Coqs are more than likely to make it in if A-Team loses, but it's still the 3-way tie, and it's going to go up to the points against. Right now, Coqs have the better situation in terms of points against compared to A-Team and Holy Trollers.
Yes.
But Trollers have to put up a lot of points in that. Trollers don't only have to beat Gros Coq. They got to put up a lot of points in that victory.
Okay, but this is if A-Team loses.
Even if A-Team wins, Trollers are not in with a win over Coq automatically.
Okay.
So we give you the scenario if A-Team loses. If A-Team loses,
yes.
Trollers win, it's a 3-way tie.
Yes.
We're not getting into the specifics and depend on the points against that point.
Yeah.
The 2 teams with the least points against are going to get in.
Right.
Okay. If A-Team wins,
yes,
and that game's before the Trollers and Gros Coq game,
yes,
then Trollers and Gros Coq will know if Coq win, they're in.
Yeah.
But if Trollers win, they got to win by 29 points or more.
So, just going to repeat that for the fans out there. If A-Team wins...
Yes. They're clinched.
That game is at 9:30. If A-Team wins the 9:30 game, they're in.
Yes.
The 11 o'clock game would mean Trollers have to win by 29 points.
Yes.
Over Coq to get in.
If they win by 28, they out.
So, Trollers have their...
So, Coq, make sure you call the game at halftime.
And Trollers have the Centurions gear on cheering them on. Trollers are going for Centurions against us.
Trollers are going for Centurions, yes.
So
yes. Because it'd be easier for Trollers to make it in the 3-way tie situation because your points against and Trollers' points against are very close compared to Gros Coq's. So in that case, Trollers would need to win by 4 scores against Gros Coq if you guys lose.
Got you.
They'd only need to win by 2.
So simplest case scenario, A-Team Coq win and they're both in.
Yes.
May not happen though.
So that was the simple one, Division 1.
Yeah, this was like nothing.
This is the easiest one.
This is like the 2+2. This is literally the 2+2.
We're going through this, and it was I feel like I'm doing calculus.
Oh my gosh.
But let's just, before we move to Division 2, who would have thought that Trollers, after being almost a favorite in that finals last fall, and putting up that many points against the Outlaws, would be on the real outside looking in?
I wouldn't have
thought. They only have a tippy toe inside the door right now, right?
Yeah. Look, you asked me preseason, I said I think Bitter Boys were not going to make the playoffs, and then if I had to pick another team, I wasn't so sold on Gros Coq.
I was really high on Gros Coq at the beginning of the season.
You were, just because the guys that were missing as of the previous season, I know they have a great team and they got studs, but yeah, Holy Trollers, Going for potential favorites to not making the playoffs.
That'd be twice in the last 3 seasons that they did not make the playoffs.
Trollers.
Yeah. Asterisks in the first season last spring because it was Mac's first season back from injury.
True.
And this season we also have Phil and JC who missed a combined of 9 games.
Yeah.
So they essentially weren't there half the time.
Right.
And they were Max's 1-2 punch, right?
Yeah.
Phil and JC. So it is hard to overcome those 2 guys.
Of course.
But still, you'd think this team could still finish 500 with having them only part-time, right?
Definitely. You got Max, you got Haney,
Josh,
the other Max. David Cano's having a good season like we talked about. Vincent Dion's been in place of Phil Ferron, right? He's also a speedy receiver. You got Lesniak.
Division 2? Okay. Oh, yeah. Well, we could start with that. We love it when you guys send us comments and talk about us and tag us. That gives us material for the show, right? I'm assuming that's why you guys comment, because you want us to talk about you. There's a bunch of teams or people that we're less familiar with because either we're not close friends with them, new people to the team. So don't be shy to come up to us. The more we know who you are, and sometimes we don't have the chance to watch you play. Mm-hmm. If you talk to us about what happened in your actual game, well then we'll mention it, right?
It helps us,
and that's why people want the show, because they just want to hear their names said, right?
And Manu confirmed that to me. He's like, I watch your show. Just no, I'm kidding. Manu was a big fan of ours, so shout out to Manu.
He's been commenting a lot.
Yes, he appreciates the show. Thanks to you. But all that to say, he said, I love watching the show to see when you mention our team or.
Well, he's on many teams, so he probably gets mentioned a lot.
Exactly.
In case I forget later on in Division 3, he had himself a game with Manitoba boys. I want to talk about it, but we have so many things to talk about. But hopefully I'll talk about it because I ref that game too. He had himself a game. There was MVP chance in the stands when he was catching balls from both sides of both quarterbacks on that.
Wish I could say I was surprised, but I'm not. I forget what I was going to say.
Talking about commenting, shutting us out,
yes,
stuff like that.
Oh yeah, help us out because we can't see every game, right, Terry? We don't I'm only exclusively allowed to ref D5 games, so it's D4, I don't really see D4 that much because I don't play in that division. So whenever you guys could tell us stuff that happened, let us know. And we'll also be trying to catch some games this weekend. Film them and post them on Facebook like I did that one time. Me.
Try to get more pixels this time. If you could up it from 9 pixels to maybe 12, 13 range, we'll be able to have better quality videos.
Well, I ain't got no iPhone, bro. Talk to the parents.
You didn't ask for one last Christmas?
Yeah. I asked for a lot of things.
Wait, why did we had a Christmas episode? Where? Oh, because the fall season finished in December.
Yeah.
And my tree was already up.
True. It's never, ever true to talk about Christmas either.
What do you want this year?
I'm going to go for a big mascot stuffed animal dolphin. Okay. Finn. Okay. That's the Dolphins mascot.
Anyway.
Finn. A 6-foot Finn. That'd be sick.
If you weren't sure which comments we're referring to, we're talking about Mike Roy's comments about Red Zone's loss to Outlaws. Mm-hmm. And there's some we agree with, there's some we don't agree with. You want to start?
Sure. Mike Roy comments on Facebook, which was a crazy game, right? I don't know if you saw that game.
I didn't see the game. I saw it was a one-score game at the end.
So, Outlaws beating Red Zone 42-35. Both teams putting up a bunch of points in this run. Mike Roy having a great game. Steve having a great game. So, long story short, look, we talk about the cap, Terry, right?
Yes.
The cap is there. John says, as a league, we're saying we're going to impose a harder cap next season for the fall. Right? A harder cap, meaning there's going to be no more this and that. If you're off by a point, you're not allowed. There's no grandfather clause, like Mike Roy said. There's going to be none of that.
Yeah.
So this season, we were a little bit more lenient. So, Mike...
Well, just to add on that before I forget, sorry. Basically, the reason why it was like that this year, because the cap came into play so late in the season, and teams were already built, and we didn't want to disrupt teams, given the fact that the rating system is still in beta mode. It was the first season we're using it.
Right.
So... to what extent do we find these ratings very credible and exact? I'm sure people have seen some players, oh yeah, this guy is better than me and he has a lower rating, blah, blah, vice versa. So it was the first season of testing everything out, and we put it in the system, and we kind of said, okay, the teams that are over, we'll let you be over for this season only, but you had certain restrictions. Thunder Buddies are a team that were over the cap in Division 3, and we had a lot of restrictions. If you need a sub and you're over the cap, good luck finding a sub. Your sub cannot account for he can't be higher than anyone in your top 6.
Right.
So if you guys are already 6 players and you find a sub, he has to be the worst player possible. You cannot bring a sub that's better than anyone. Whereas if you're under the cap and you need a sub and you're 6 players, you could bring a Div 1 player.
Right. That's if you're 6 players.
Yeah, because you could also be 7 and bring him in early in the season. I'm saying 6 now because the last okay, we're not going to get into the specifics, but like the first 6 weeks of the season, you could be up to 8 with a sub.
Right.
The last 4 weeks in the playoffs, you could be up to 7.
Right.
And that's if your quarterback does not play defense.
Got you. Yes.
So if you're allowed to have a sub and you're under the cap, you could bring a much stronger sub than if you're like your ratings in red and your grandfather clause and all that. So there were certain restrictions to those teams.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, not to say that it didn't come with the benefits of having a rating over, but we're just saying like to what extent are these ratings accurate, right? And it was the first season, and like you mentioned and like John mentioned, there's not going to be no exceptions. Next year in Division 1 through 5, there's no exception. If the cap is 975 in Division 2, if you're 976, well, you're ineligible. It's a forfeit. You can't play.
Right. That's it. So
that's the part that we do agree with, because I can understand the sense that like it is a little like bogus or like why are we allowing it and all that, but like John could have decided to not show the ratings on the site this year, and the same way that in the past we'd ask, oh, can this player sub? Or are we allowed to add this player to our roster? He could have used it behind the scenes and been like, yes, no, based on the same thing we're seeing now. But the reason he showed is for players to get familiar with it and for teams to get familiar with it. And when you're doing a sub request to see if you bust the cap and all that. But essentially it was like a first season of trial, right?
Right.
And when you look at Division 2, there's currently 3 out of the 6 teams that are over the cap. So it's not only the Outlaws, there's also the Marvels and the Iron Wolves who are currently over the cap. So the only teams that are not are Tanant, Red Zone, and ICTDs.
Right.
And yes, teams who generally have more Division 1 players on them, which are the 3 teams we mentioned, I believe, are the ones that are over the cap.
Totally. Like, look, I get it. Like, you want to win games, and this was a big game for Red Zone, right? And Mike is a guy that wants to win games, and it was a super competitive game. And, like, we call a spade here. I think the Outlaws team is... I say they're too good for Division 2. I think you can say that about different teams. So, at that point of view, like, I do understand that logic. However, look, MFL is like, you know, it's a respectful league. We're all this big team. There's different ways of going about things, and I think that
would Jesus approve?
Jesus would not approve.
Okay.
But
that's where you draw the line.
Yeah, you draw the line, but he's forgiving. So, but yeah, it was I guess you could say unfortunate situation, but it came up, right? We had to deal with it. We dealt with it now. I believe John talked to Mike about it, and all that to say, next season is going to be a harder cap. For this season, you understand the frustration that certain teams are over the cap, but there's a way of talking about it and bringing it up respectfully.
But we're glad you brought it up.
Yeah.
And I partially agree when you said like Outlaws are one of the favorites, because clearly we thought that coming to the season. They end the season 6-4.
Yeah.
Right? So they're clearly not unstoppable. And I think Tanant would have to have a word on that, because Tanant destroyed them in their 2 encounters. But I think a total of like 50 points if you put their combined. So like... And even if you go seasons past, I think Outlaws always struggled against Tanant. The same way that you could say Marvels and Red Zone struggled against like Outlaws, right? I think Division 2 is all about like those matchups, right? Like
you just have someone's number sometimes,
right?
Right?
And you think Tanant have Outlaws number, so like it'd be interesting to see how it would play out in the playoffs. And like another thing is that yes, Outlaws do have a lot of players who currently are on rosters in Division 1. But that's not to say that there are not Division 1 players across the league in Division 2, right? Like, I don't think Mike Roy thinks that none of his Red Zone players could be on a Div 1 roster.
Right.
I think the majority of the Red Zone team could very well be on a D1 roster if they wanted to.
Right.
Like, Red Zone's team has Div 1 talent on it. It just so happens that Outlaws, Marvels, Iron Wolves actually have players who are on Div 1 rosters. Yes, those teams might have certain players who are more, like, elite. But it's not to say that, like, Red Zone's players wouldn't be able to play in D1, right?
Right.
And like Red Zone did end up beating Outlaws early in the season. Red Zone did beat Marvels. Looking at Red Zone right now, like I get the frustration happens at the last game, but you mentioned it before the show, that overtime loss to Marvels that you filmed when Red Zone were up, I think 1 full possession with the ball in the red zone, no pun intended, and like just a couple of minutes left, Mike Rowe getting picked up by Jeremy Rooney. I think less than a minute, Max Rosenfeld marches the field, gets the touchdown, goes in overtime, scores in overtime. Oh, they got a conversion too before going to overtime?
Yes, they had to get a conversion. The conversion was to Max Sidori to tie the game up. Then the game went to OT. That game was worth two games. Like, literally worth 2 games.
Like, I think you look back on your season. If Red Zone ended up not making the playoffs, look back on your season, and that's the game that probably costs you your playoff, right?
Red Zone wins that game. The chances of them making the playoffs doubles.
No, Red Zone wins that game. They're clinched right now. If we said it, We literally said this
Oh,
before.
because
If Red Zone had won that game, Red Zone would be
yes.
Red Zone would be 5-4 right now, and Marvels would be 3-6.
Think about what I said. If Red Zone won that game, they'd be in.
If Red Zone won that game, they'd be in with their upcoming game against Lieutenant just for seeding.
Right.
And Marvels would be eliminated from the playoffs right now. That one game.
Yeah.
And they could have if they would have beaten Marvels that game, they could afford to lose to Outlaws last week and afford to lose to Lieutenant this week.
It's the head-to-head matchups, right? It's
yes.
It's like the NFL, right? You're in a division. There's only 4 teams. Every divisional matchup is so important.
100%.
And when you're 16 division, every single game is important. And
And
unfortunately,
obviously, it's a lot easier on our side to dissect the roster and be like, haha, there's where you went wrong. Like,
yeah, of course. Look, there's a ton of different games that, they won by a few points, they lost. Games they should have won that they lost, and vice versa. Now, Red Zone's playoff hopes are hanging on the hinges of Nice Cities beating the Marvels, and then Red Zone would have to beat Lieutenant.
But don't count that out because Nice Cities almost beat Iron Wolves in that game.
Yes,
and before we segue to that game, which was perfect, I just want to say that how unfortunate would it be if Red Zone did not make the playoffs when Mike Roy is probably the leading or one of the leading candidates for QB of the year this year and had that stellar season?
It's it just shows you how deep D2 is, really. Yeah. It's nothing against Red Zone. It's nothing against the teams.
Crazy because Red Zone's sour after that one and done after having the 1 seed last fall.
It's true, right? They were the 1 seed. They lost to Lieutenant.
Yes.
And yeah, it just shows you that any given Saturday, any team could be anyone in Division 2. Yeah, it's sad. Look, I mean, you hope 5 teams make the playoffs. Unfortunately, that's not how it works.
Yeah, but asking for 5 teams to make the playoffs before you played your game against Outlaws also shows the attitude you have going into the game, right?
Yeah. Well,
if you're asking for 5 teams to make the playoffs, it's because you think you'll be that 5th team, right?
Right.
Which I don't find is the correct thing to do. You should be like, no, 4 teams make the playoffs. We'll be part of that 4, right?
But either way, you can't change it, right? 4 teams make the playoffs. 4 teams make the playoffs.
I mean, would you be surprised if John changed it?
It is what it is. No, it's a good call. It's John. I love John.
So, nice to these Iron Wolves. Oh my God. Were you scared?
Scared. Yeah, I was very. No, I wasn't scared. I was nervous. There were times in the game where Nice Cities outplayed us.
This is crazy because you guys were up.
Defensively, shout out to Thomas, our boy. I love Tom. I believe he plays goalie for Team France. That's why he has such good hands. 3 interceptions in the game.
The national France team that.
Yeah, the NF.
He'll be in the World Cup?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Ouais, la France. But he...
Allez les Bleus.
Well, whatever it is. 3 picks in this game, Terry.
Yeah.
3 very nice picks in this game,
and
too.
Every time he'd get one, you'd get one. And I remember those who's like, if it was Brian or Simone, like, we got a willpower on our team, too.
Oh, did he? Yeah. Hey, my man. Respect.
You guys were up 13-6 at halftime, scoring on the last play of the half, or else it would have been like a 1-point lead going into half. And then you got the ball back to start the half, and I am not joking. John killed 11 and a half minutes.
I remember after the drive thinking to myself, was this our second possession of the half?
Nice Cities got the ball back for the first time in the second half with under 11 minutes to go. That makes no sense.
I think we must have had 6 downs the whole drive and converted on 6th down every
Well, you converted on 4th twice. And then, nice to get the ball back. They said, ain't got no time to waste. First play, 45-yard. Not bomb to Nico Potvin.
Oh, we were missing 8 tackles.
Yeah.
That's 2 drives, right? They scored the first play of the game. Our boy Thomas got a 45 bomb. And now first play of that drive, Nico got a 45.
And then the next play, John throws a pick. And just like that, being down 20-6 within less than a minute, they're down 20-14 with the ball. And they end up scoring to make it 20-20.
This game changed drastically.
Yeah. Speaking of changes, Demario had to come in for a QB change.
Yes, he did.
Because John took himself out.
John will be the first to tell you he didn't have a great game. It was hot. He wasn't feeling it.
Well, yeah. Has he ever played with Thomas before? Because I felt he thought he was playing with him that day.
No, I don't think he has.
Okay.
But Demario came in as the reliever. Sometimes everyone needs a reliever.
Or the closer.
Closer. Good stuff.
Yeah.
9th inning pitcher.
What?
That pitcher that comes in the 9th inning. He closed it out for us.
Yeah, went 5 for 5, 43 yards. That touchdown ran twice for 9 yards. I think one was like a key 3rd or 4th down.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Kareem balled out in this game with 5 sacks. I felt that he had 15. He must have had like a couple on converts also.
Yes, he did. He had definitely more than 5 sacks total if you count converts, and he had a big one on 4th down too. There was one way that he rolled. Mike rolled out to the right side, and none of us were there. So if he beats Kareem, it's a walk-in touchdown. Kareem with his long arms makes a tackle, 5 sacks. We call him Von Miller.
If Mike continues playing, Mike Arsenault, the quarterback for Nice Cities, continues playing, he's going to be like a really, really... He's already a good quarterback, but he's going to be a really good fly quarterback.
Totally agree.
And what else was I going to say about this one? Yeah, a couple of guys came to ask me during the game, like, "Oh, what division is this?" I'm like, "Division 2," and it's literally the number 1 seed against the only team eliminated from the playoffs as of right now.
Yeah.
And they couldn't believe it.
In the words of Brian Tinning, beating Nice Thieves by 6 points is a loss. He said I could quote him, so I quoted him. Good stuff, Brian. But yeah, I think the over, like the point spread in that one would have been like 20.5.
Yes. And do you think this team with this roster that they had there can compete in D2 next year?
Compete, maybe win.
Like, do they have a chance of making the playoffs?
Slim chance.
So would they destroy D3, or do you think they'd be one of the stronger teams in D3?
I think one of the stronger teams in D3.
Yeah, that's what I think so too. I guess it depends with them. Like, do they want to have like an easier season or a tougher season, right? Like,
right. And not that even if they play D3, they probably would make the playoffs, but they would be no shoo-in to make the playoffs either in Division 3.
I think they'd be a shoo-in to make the playoffs.
You think so?
With that roster, the way they played you there, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, yes, you guys played horrible. We got to give them a lot of credit. They did play a great game.
They had yeah.
That's it for D2?
Yeah, that's it for D2.
Division 3?
A little bit more easier, but Division 3 gets a tad bit more complicated now, I think.
Oh yeah, so we'll start with the Manitoba Boys Average Joe's game that I refed. So I don't want to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I was the only one to pick Manitoba Boys in this
7,
one,
8,
I believe.
9, 10, 11. Okay, it took Jason 11 plays to get his first completion on offense.
Was the first 10 a completion to another team, or it was all incomplete?
No, it was incomplete punt. Muff snap, incomplete, a run for 18 yards and a first down. It was the first down. He tucked it in and ran it.
Yep.
Incomplete punt. And then he had his first completion.
What was it?
At that point, the team was already down 13-0.
Drops, good defense.
It was a 3-yard drag to Laurent.
No, I mean, like, what was it working for Average Joe's?
Literally, Jason was just slinging it downfield from the beginning of the game, which made no sense. Like, and he was completely off.
Okay.
My bad, Jason, but there were no real drops at that point. Like,
okay,
it was overthrows, underthrows, and I think he wanted to impress Leon and show Leon he had a strong arm than him or something like that there, but like, he was literally like I tell him when he plays well, I'll tell him when it was not good, and it was not pretty at the beginning of the game.
Yeah.
He did pull it together at one point. Like, he ended up with over 200 yards, 3 touchdowns, just 1 interception. But Leon and Manitoba Boys really like gave it them hard this game. Leon over 250 yards, 5 touchdowns. Manuel Leroy, like I said, MVP of this game, 9 for 116, a touchdown, 2 1-point converts. He got also a pick on defense.
The nice thing with Manitoba Boys, you have like at least 3 guys on that roster that could be a number 1 wide receiver on any team in Div 3.
Yes.
So
yeah, Marco Gavita had like 2 gorgeous back of the end zone touchdowns in that game. Like, literally,
and he's not even talking about that much.
Well, he was their main guy last season,
right?
I believe.
Like, I'm saying, like this year we haven't talked that much about him.
Yeah, but like last year he was their main guy. Like he led in every defensive and offensive statistical category. But yeah, like 2 times going up in the air, you think he's gonna for sure step on the line or out of bounds, and he gets both feet in.
Impressive. Yeah.
But crazy for Average Joe's, who started the season, I think 4-0.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4-0, losing 4 out of their last 5 games and are not guaranteed a playoff spot right now.
That's crazy. That's crazy. They got Chiefs this weekend, but they win, they're in.
And Chiefs are their boys, so maybe they're going to, come on. Name me anything for me. Come on, Avery. Come on, Mike.
Nah, I think Chiefs want to go hard in this one.
You think?
Yeah, Chiefs last game of the season, disappointing season for them. They want to go with the victory, but we can confirm that Average Joe's winning, they're in.
Yeah. Jason Edwards was balled out in this game also on offense, but in a losing effort.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you see any D3 games, or we go right into the standings?
There was the D3 game I played in. Great game. Thunder Buddies, Jackrabbits, back and forth game. Both teams played well. Offenses were clicking, and we came away with the victory. Jackrabbits, even with that loss, are still sitting in the last playoff spot, though. At the 8th seed.
Yeah.
4 and 5.
Look at this standings right. Look at these standings right here. You have Jack Jagerbaum and Thunder Buddies, who played in the D3 finals last year.
Yep.
And then you have Idaho and Manitoba Boys, who I believe played in the semifinals of D4 last year. Like, props to them coming up from Division 4 and being the 3 and 4 seed as of right now.
Really?
So when we look at playoff seeding, Jagerbaum and Thunder Buddies will be playing for that 1 seed.
Yep, this weekend.
Yeah, not that you get a bye or anything. And then you would Chiefs and Rossas are eliminated. You would also think Panache are eliminated, but Panache actually at 3-6 still have a shot. The reason why they still have a shot is because 2 out of the 3 wins are against the teams with 4 wins that are right over them in Jackrabbits and Bin.
Okay.
So if Panache somehow managed to win against Old School,
right,
and both Jackrabbits and Bin lose to Iron Wolves and Rossas respectively,
yes,
there'll be a 3-way tie of 4-6.
Yes.
And the Bin have the 2-0 head-to-head against those 2 teams.
Bin or Panache?
Oh, sorry, my bad. Panache.
Okay, got you.
2-0 head-to-head over Bin and Jackrabbits.
Got you.
So Panache, show up. Your hopes are still alive.
Yeah.
That win 2 weeks ago against Jackrabbits was huge because that is the only reason you're alive right now. And Jackrabbits would have maybe clinched if that wasn't the case. So that win against Jackrabbits was huge. Mm-hmm. And if you play that way, you have a chance of beating Old School.
Yeah, 100%. I think that's a coin toss, that game, really.
Especially since there's a lot less stress on Old School's plate.
Yeah.
So that's for Panache. They still have a chance of making the playoffs at 3-6. Bin and Up obviously still have a chance. The only teams that are clinched are Jagerbomb, Thunder Buddies, Idaho, Manitou Boys, and I believe Old School.
Okay.
It'll be very, very hard for Old School not to make it.
And Arnold's haven't clinched?
Arnold's are 5-4 right now.
Yes.
They have a 2-1 head-to-head record against potential 5-5 teams.
Yes.
And they're playing against Jackrabbits.
Okay.
So if Iron Wolves lose and they're 5-5, they'll be tied with Jackrabbits, who they will have lost to.
Yep.
They might potentially be tied with two Bins, who they also lost to.
Right.
So at that point, it depends who Iron Wolves would be tied with.
Huge win by Iron Wolves this past weekend, though, against Idaho in a shootout.
Yes.
That was a great game.
I think that we think that every week. They had a huge against many teams in shootouts. So average Joes are the ones that I have circled as the most in trouble right now because they're sitting at 5-4. They have the advantage of playing the Chiefs, who are last in the division.
Yes.
But they have an 0-3 record against all the teams they could potentially be tied with. So if somehow average Joes lose this game and end up 5-5, are in a 2-way tie or 3-way tie, they're out.
Give me your mathematical probability. If average Joes lose...
Well, I don't give, false probabilities. There has to be...
No, but if average Joes lose, do you think they'll make the playoffs?
Average Joes lose? Okay, so if average Joes lose...
Yes.
They're guaranteed making the playoffs is if either Jackrabbits or Bin lose. They only need one of the two to lose. So, Bin are playing Rossas, Jackrabbits are playing Iron Wolves.
And neither are, those are all coin tosses.
Yeah, but they only need one of them to lose.
Yeah.
So I'd say average Joes still have a good chance. I'd say they have over 50% chance of making the playoffs.
If they lose, even if they lose. It's a 60% chance if they lose.
Yes.
But you don't want to put it up to luck.
I would not be surprised at all if they do not make it because Jackrabbits could very well beat Iron Wolves since Jackrabbits are playing for their lives.
Yes.
Bin are playing Rossas. They're playing for their lives. Their playoff hopes, right?
Yes. Bin with a huge win this weekend against...
Over Jagerbomb. Making everything that much more interesting.
Yes. Bin, this team is fun. And not at the same time. I can't figure the Bin out. Yeah, just can't figure them out.
I think people are going to have to rewind this segment too.
Yeah, it's a little complicated.
So basically win and you have more chance of being in.
Yep, win. Score more points than the other team. It's that simple.
Oh man, I forgot to mention Iron Wolves when we're talking about D2. Hopefully Rob's still listening. Did you guys trade in James for Rob in that game?
Yeah, 1-for-1.
Because he balled out in that game.
He did. He was the one that got a touchdown last play of the first half.
After getting a drop and Simon Baliket, his Thunder Buddy teammate calling him out. What kind of disrespect is that? And Rob 7 for 77, 2 touchdowns. Those are James Langshaw type stats.
Really?
He filled in those shoes, and he hasn't played with John maybe ever.
No.
He was that's what we call veteran
and he was playing in D3 this year, then jumped to a hard division and fit like a glove.
Yep. All right, Division 4.
Okay,
should we take a break?
No, we're good. Let's pound through it. See you with us, folks.
Okay. So, just to give you guys an idea of how effed up the playoffs could be in Division 4. We got 14-team division. 8 make the playoffs. Just to put you guys in perspective, Airborne are currently sitting at the 5 spot at 5-3. They have 2 upcoming games. They can finish 7-3 and the number 1 seed, or they can potentially lose both games and be outside of a playoff spot.
So, Terry,
how crazy is that?
You're telling me that they could either be first or as low as 9th by the end of the weekend.
Right now, they could be first or 9th by the end of the weekend. Exactly that.
You can't make this stuff up.
The chances are very slim for them to be 9th or first, but there's a way where it could happen.
You gotta crunch the numbers.
Yes. Like,
And
that's insane.
they have a doubleheader this weekend. Airborne does.
Yes. Before we get into that, I don't think I saw any D4 games, but we have to shout out Serial Killers for destroying Phoenix.
Yes.
And making sure Kevin made it to 20 interceptions on the season.
That's a little mean.
Well, I mean, how mean is he in the articles with like...
Oh, no, but Kevin doesn't count, bro. Like, he's not, like...
What part was mean?
Kevin has no filter, so we know, like, that's...
Yes, but you have to put him back in his place too sometimes.
Yeah, okay. Good
He
call.
was arguing that he had a Division 3 roster. Which on paper, he definitely does, given the ratings and all these ballers. Like, Manu's on this team. Manu alone should win you 9 games, right? And
how could a Phoenix team...
Rob White.
With
like
Rob,
the D3 best,
Manu, Sablowski...
Trenton, Nick, Chris,
The Crusades missed the playoffs in Division 4.
Because right now they're on the outside looking in.
That's crazy.
And when I give you my report, it ain't looking pretty for you guys. Yeah, props to Serial Killers because they had a very up and down season, but this was a huge win for them. And seriously, like
Serial
Kevin
Killers,
won this in the winter. He finally... No, he lost in the finals. Yeah, he lost in the finals.
Yes, the Black Diamonds.
He lost in the finals. He lost in the finals in the fall. I think he lost in the finals in the spring as well. Maybe he just want to make the playoffs. That way he won't lose in the finals.
I mean...
That's it.
Bottom line, this Phoenix squad needs to make the playoffs. And shout out to Serial Killers. They let me know not to pick against them. They tagged me, so William Power don't
really?
pick against us after the loss. And
Yeah, I think we all picked Phoenix, right?
we all picked Phoenix, all 4 of us.
Oh,
So-
shit, that's why he did it.
What?
For the picks. It's to his advantage.
Okay, Serial Killers, it was a fake W, bro. No, I'm just kidding. Big win. No, seriously,
But-
big win by Serial Killers because they were really up and down. I was surprised that they won so quote-unquote easily in this one.
Yeah. And you also mentioned Kevin's Dick and Duck style offense. How could you throw 20 picks if you're just throwing 3-yard hooks all day?
You know what Kevin would say? They went on the receivers.
Was there a mistake here?
What?
Look at the first 2 plays.
That's pretty impressive. So, Serial Killers got 2 offensive touchdowns on the first 2 plays of the game. You know in rugby when you score and they get the ball back? I think that's what happened here.
Maybe that's what happened?
What, Nick Crusade was the scorekeeping?
No. It was Marvin.
Ah, that makes sense. It's like in Marvin, we all struggle with the scorekeeping app sometimes. I wouldn't know.
But let's just see if the score gets rectified at some point. Yeah, we'll ask John about that.
Okay.
Put a note over here.
So, Phoenix this weekend.
But yeah, what did you say about it to justify his picks? 20 picks when he's thinking and dunking.
I think from speaking to Kevin, some of them are on him, and he won't be afraid to admit it, and some of them are miscommunications with his receivers.
That's a lot of miscommunication with your receivers.
Maybe the ins are running outs and the outs are running ins.
Maybe it is that.
So Phoenix needs to win this weekend.
And they might need more than just that.
Serial Killers are 5-4. Oh my god, this is bananas. Okay, I know this sounds weird, but Serial Killers are 5-4.
A huge win by the weakest link over Mustard Tigers.
Yes, okay, we have to do one thing at a time. Serial Killers are 5-4.
Yes.
They're 9th place. Outside looking in. Is there a chance they could lose and be in?
I don't believe so.
Okay.
There's.
I know that sounds weird, but
Yeah.
like,
No, because like we don't know if they're actually 9th right now. Well, I can actually check
That's
if
true.
they're actually 9th right now. Yeah, they're actually 9th right now. Like between all the tied teams, Phoenix and Serial Killers have the worst head-to-head.
okay.
Like Phoenix lost a lot of games against teams they're currently tied against. Like Phoenix lost to Serial Killers. Phoenix lost to Flamboyant Flamingos. Phoenix lost to Mustard Tigers, who they could potentially be tied with if Mustard Tigers lose.
So Serial Killers need to win, or else they have no
Yes.
shot.
Yes.
And same with Phoenix. And
Yes.
Phoenix will need help.
Yes. Because
Okay.
right now, if Phoenix and Serial Killers both win, and everyone else over them win,
Yes.
they won't be in. But Airborne is playing Serial Killers.
And Airborne has 2 games.
Yeah, so everyone could literally... Yeah. This is crazy, eh?
Right now, from Black Diamonds to Sour Peeps are all eliminated. That's all we know. 11, 12, 13, 14.
Yeah.
You guys had seasons.
Thank you. Please come again.
Yes. Please come back. Weakest link.
Luckily for Phoenix, they're playing the GOAT, so they should win that game.
Should, yes.
But
Serial Killers have Airborne.
Flamingos are playing Sour Peeps. They should win that game, right?
Should, yes.
Airborne are playing Serial
They
Killers.
got 2
and
tough matchups. Airborne has Boucher and Serial Killers.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So you could see Airborne going 5-5, right? and Phoenix won
Yeah.
6-4, and then yeah,
And the weakest link hasn't clinched either, right? And the weakest link have a tough matchup against Super Friends.
yeah. But Super Friends clinched the 1 spot. No.
No, and it's the 3-way tie, right?
Yeah, or 4-way tie.
Let me ask you something very simple. There's 8 teams currently in the playoffs now.
Yes.
Do you think all 8 stay the same?
No.
Me neither.
No. And I think that Airborne and Serial Killers matchup is key.
I agree.
I think Serial Killers got to win that game to be in, and yeah, because everyone got a tough matchup right after against Les Bouchers, right?
Wow.
Because right now, looking at the tiebreakers, like Phoenix and Serial Killers are both 1-3 against potentially tied teams above them.
Okay.
Meaning, if it's a multiple team tie,
Yeah.
they won't be in. That's why they're not in right now. Flamingos are 3-1 against in the same way, so it's looking good for them.
Right.
Airborne are currently 2-2, and they're playing against Serial Killers.
Yeah.
Sooners 45, another team that is 1-2 against potentially tied teams against them, so that's not looking great for them either. Sooners 45 will be a lot simpler for them to just win that game against Wizards, and they'll pretty much be in.
It's crazy, but I think that both Phoenix and Serial Killers who are on the outside looking in will be on the inside looking out.
And then who would be out in that case? Because I got the 2 in mind, if that's what you're thinking.
I would say weakest link
Yes.
and Airborne.
Agreed.
Yeah. And I'm saying Airborne won't make the playoffs, but they could be the 1 seed.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, baby. Get your popcorn ready. You know, this weekend, I'm okay to ref D4. I'll be excited to ref D4. I know I'm capable of refing like higher divisions now, but I don't mind refing D4 for this weekend.
Division 5.
Let's go.
So where's your notebook? You took the notes for this one.
All here. Wait, oh yeah, my actual notebook. Give me a sec.
Oh, we forgot to mention. Man, can you help me with that with anything?
What?
Warn the people that the standings might not be accurate at the end of the day.
We already said that.
In during Division 1, what if they only watch Division 4?
Well, that's their problem.
Okay.
Okay, folks. Yeah, it's a message to watch the entire episode. Okay, I can't. What is this? I can't read my own writing, bro. What is this? Did you write this? What does that say? I literally can't read that. Some of it's Terry's writing.
This means that they're playing against them.
What does this say, bro? It's scribbles.
It's improbable.
There's improbable, but there's no I or M or P or R.
Bro, you should understand.
Okay. Division 5. Bear with me, folks. Are these check marks right, though?
No, that's why I put what I added. But yes.
So, but
Okay,
yeah,
I'll
they're winning.
explain it,
No. They win and they're in, correct?
Yes.
Okay, remplace. No. They're already in.
Yes.
Okay, remplaçant, you're in the playoffs no matter what, even if you lose.
Even though you changed your name.
Even though you
Oh,
change
wait.
what?
They even changed their logo? Texas State Armadillos? What the heck? John's giving too much power
They're
to
permanent
this.
replacements. This is Mike Jazz's team. Okay, remplaçant, you're in the playoffs. Show up, but you're in the playoffs even if you lose your game this weekend. That's one thing. Second thing. Do you want to help me out here? If
Hold on, I didn't fact check what you did. Like, now I have to make sure what you're saying is not wrong.
Okay, unfortunately, Los Politos and Hard Target are eliminated.
Yes.
That we confirmed.
Yes, that we could confirm.
Los Politos and Hard Target eliminated. They had a great game this past weekend that I refed. Yeah, two teams that got better as the season went on. Want to see you guys back next season. You guys, great attitude,
Well,
great teams.
Buck is also eliminated. I don't think you said it.
Yeah, well, I mean, we knew that week 1, but no.
No, week 1 we had hope.
Yeah, that's true, and I'm teasing. Buck have also improved.
Yeah.
Great attitude as well. But yes, Buck, Los Politos, Hard Target, mathematically eliminated. Thanks for coming. Come watch some of the playoffs. That's how you learn to get better. Okay.
Improbable
Yes.
are in with 2 wins and a loss by
Heisenberg, that's correct.
which is crazy because all they needed was 1 win had they beaten Heisenberg
Heisenberg beat them by 1, if I'm not
with
mistaken.
5 players to end the game in that crazy game.
So we talk about Red Zone's big loss by 1 against
this is comparable.
Marvels. This is definitely comparable. So,
Right now they're 8-9.
okay, so Heisenberg, you win and you're in.
Yeah.
That's simple. They have a great head-to-head against, well, they have a 3-0 head-to-head against everybody else they're battling. Improbable, like Terry said, just repeating, if Improbable, they have 2 games left, Improbable?
Yeah.
If the Improbable go 2-0 and Heisenberg somehow get upset by Buck, Improbable will slither into a playoff spot. Titans just need to win one game.
No, I think they're in.
They're in?
Yeah, even if they lose to Improbable.
Let
me just confirm. You think they need to win
No,
one
because
game?
you corrected me last time. That's why. Anyways, speaking of Titans, I'll talk quickly about their game against Remplaçant this past Saturday. Great game. I refed it. Thierry, you asked me, how did Titans beat Remplaçant? Right?
Yeah, Titans are in.
Titans are in?
Yeah, we might be wrong, but Titans are in.
I'm not. Yeah,
no,
just come anyways.
Look, they're 2-0 again.
Yeah, but you said this and stuff. I can't confirm Titans are in. I'm putting this away, bro.
Titans are in.
I can't confirm it. So if you guys go 0-2, don't come at me. Come at Terry. But show up anyways. Win your games. Titans had a great game against Remplaçant. You were surprised they won that. This was the Titans. I was expecting.
Oh, you picked them to win.
I did.
Did you ref that game?
I did.
Oh, that's what happened.
They tried harder for me. That's correct.
You gave some calls the other way.
Played very well, and this was the Titans roster I was expecting to see week one. Right, roster mean this is the team I was expecting to see week one. They played well defensively. They played well offensively, and McMahon, the heart and soul of that team, balled out. And I expected him to put up bigger numbers this year, but he clutched up when it mattered the most. The second half was all his. Like, he had his hand, footprints, ears, everything on that game was his. McMahon. Great player, and this was like, if I had to imagine what the whole season would have been like for Titans, it would have been this game. So nice to see them finally reaching their potential at the right time. And yeah, McMahon, keep an eye on him. Baller for that squad.
Crazy.
Big win. And sorry, we're having a different quarterback for these guys.
Yeah, how come they got a new quarterback in for the playoffs?
It wasn't working for them, right? If it somebody's going to mix things up, they shook the apple cart. They won the game. They're sitting at 4-4 now, and they have a chance to move up and to move down, but according to you, are clinched in a playoff spot.
They are clinched.
Big win. Big win by them this weekend.
And that win against Drama Club that they got crushed, and Drama Club ended up forfeiting the game because they had an extra sub and the quarterback played defense, is what's making them clinched right now. Or else they would have needed to win both games.
They would need to win both.
Or at least one, because they're clinched right now.
Okay, so are all the scenarios good that we mentioned so far?
Yeah.
We're not missing any.
No.
Replacements are in. Titans are in. One seed still up for grabs. Phoenix Night Triangles, although there's no bye, so it's not as important. But still a ton to play for, folks, this weekend.
Yep. Your favorite division now?
Brossard D1. Let's go.
Any interesting playoff scenarios here?
You have to tell me.
You play in that division.
I do.
All right, so Outlaws have not clinched in the 1 seed.
No, because we're playing Villains this weekend.
Yes, and if you guys go 0-2 and Villains go 2-0, looking at the points against, they'll probably have the 1 seed.
Yeah.
You guys just played them?
Yeah.
That's why you're playing them again, right?
Yeah, of course. Makes sense. Tight game, 26-25. So Outlaws win one game, they clinch the 1 seed.
Yes.
Villains are in the playoffs, right?
Hold on. Oh, wow, they scored at the end of the game?
And then they went for 2 for the win.
Respect, going for 2.
Yep, it was a very good game.
Did they do the quarterbacks on that 2 point?
No, they their QB's just fast enough to. They don't need double QB. He's just too quick.
Just not a fun time.
He did. They were talking to each other, quarterback and Justin. O'Reilly and Justin.
Nice way?
In a nice way. Yeah, they were like popsing each other.
You said quarterback and Justin.
Yeah, no. O'Reilly's the last name.
Quarterback, like he's the
no, but O'Reilly's his name.
On first name basis now? Second name basis?
No, it's his family name. It's a nice couple by their family name. He's super fast QB. And yeah, they had a really good battle all game long. And yeah, it'll be fun to see the part 2 of it this weekend. So, Villains are in. Pardon My Swag is in. Outlaws are in.
Are Loud in? No, they're not, because they lost to Jackrabbits both times. So
if Loud...
Jackrabbits will potentially have the tie break. So Loud need to lose both of their games. Loud need to win one, or they need Jackrabbits to lose against Villains.
So if Jackrabbits beat Villains and Loud go 0-2, Jackrabbits are in.
Yes.
And Loud have a fairly tough schedule. They have Pardon My Swag.
And Villains.
Nope, and Outlaws.
And Outlaws.
Yeah.
Wow. Colorblind.
Yeah.
I was looking at the logo. It's surprising. But Loud could also go 0-2 and Jackrabbits could lose to Villains.
Yes.
That's what I was going to say. Jackrabbits who play Villains also have a tough schedule.
Villains Villains.
Yeah. That's what happens when Le Congrès has played all their 10 games. There's no easy game this week.
That's true. I love their good squad. They're going to be good next year if they come back.
Who they win against?
They beat Jackrabbits.
Twice.
No way.
Twice.
I saw the end of that game, 22-21.
Both their wins are against Jackrabbits
July
by a combined total of 4 points. Oh my god. Wow.
Talk about nail biter.
Yeah. Division 2.
So Div 2. Right now,
huge win by the Alternates against 28-3. Hey guys, what happened? Let me know in the comments. How did you guys lose to them? It's like their second win of the season.
It is.
And Jackrabbits potentially giving up the 1 seed because of that.
Jackrabbits?
28-3 potentially giving up the 1 seed because of that.
Yes.
They might not get a bye now.
Okay, wait. 2 and 4 get a bye. 1 and 2 get a bye. It was a big win by us and a big win by Ravens over Red Knot Skins. Red Knot Skins jump down, we jump back up, but then Primetime
also gets a huge win.
Wins and keeps their playoff hopes alive.
Okay, this is beautiful.
This Sunday in MFL was nuts.
Can Primetime still make the playoffs?
Satisfying, beating 28-3.
Can Primetime still make the playoffs?
Oh boy, Terry, I don't know. They win, they go 3-7. If we lose, we're 3-7.
No.
They can't?
Because you guys have the tiebreaker over them. Because if you guys lose and they win, you guys are still in.
How do we have the tiebreak?
Because you beat them.
We did play. We played them now?
Yeah.
What about Red Knot?
You only have 3 wins. You don't remember them?
I wasn't there for that one.
Okay, that's
why
the team won. But if you guys lose and Red Knot Skins win, they're in instead of you guys.
Oh, because they beat us head to head.
Yeah.
Okay, so Primetime, you guys balled out near the end of the season. Unfortunately, you're eliminated.
Oh wait, no.
What? No.
Hold on. Hold that thought.
Because it could be a 3-way tie, no?
Yes, and Primetime beat Red Knot Skins. So if alternates lose, Primetime wins, Red Knot Skins wins, we got ourselves a 3-way tie with the 3 last teams for the last playoff spot.
And Primetime would get in.
And as of right now, looking at the points against, Primetime would be in.
Oh my god, that's nuts. Okay, Primetime is playing this weekend.
Look at the beauty of that. Last week in MFL Brossard Division 2, and all 8 teams have a chance to make the playoffs. John, aren't you proud?
Through all 7 divisions, Montreal and Brossard combined, there's a lot to play for.
I bet John's smiling grin to grin right now.
He is. Must feel good to be lucky.
Yeah.
Okay, so, never mind. Scratch what I said. Primetime, you're still mathematically alive. All this to say, if alternates win, us, we're in.
Yeah, and then Primetime and Red Knot Skins don't need to show up.
So, alternates, we're playing Ravens.
But look at the beauty of this.
I also realized something. Sorry to cut you off, Terry. Ravens are playing at 3.
Yes.
Alternates are playing at 3.
Yes.
Outlaws are also playing at 3.
Oh, yeah, there's going to be a schedule change.
There will?
Yeah,
okay.
Most probably.
Okay. That's all I want to say, because you got 2, and it's split us in half.
Who would you play for?
You can't really split Steve in half because he's already half a person.
Because he only plays one way?
No, because he's so small. Love you, Steve. I play for alternates.
Who would Steve play for? He wouldn't need the 3 o'clock win with Outlaws if he gets the one before, because he'd have clinched the 1 seed.
He'd probably play Ravens.
Because he'd have clinched the 1 seed with winning at 1:30 with the other Outlaws game.
What?
Because Outlaws have a back-to-back.
Oh, doubleheader, yeah, true. Oh god, this is bananas, bro.
KLB and 23 are playing for the 1 seed.
But KLB have 2 games.
I think I'm going to come Brossard this Sunday.
Actually, you're just...
Yeah, I think I'll ref a couple of games.
You give me a lift?
If I come, yes.
Let's go. Steve, we'll do breakfast. KLB...
We could also invite everyone else that's playing in Brossard.
Yeah, come. We go. What's the breakfast place called?
It's the breakfast place near the field. I don't know what it's called. It's
the
like
breakfast...
Egg something.
Egg something is a great place by Brossard. Sometimes me, Steve, Terry, and the gang go. Really good place.
What's that street called?
Maisonneuve. Really good.
No.
What, you think I know that stuff? They have good...
Is it this one? Esquisse?
Yeah. They have good pancakes. A lot of good stuff. No, it's not that one. It's Déjeuner Egg City. Déjeuner Egg City.
Oh, yeah, it is that one.
Déjeuner Egg City. That's what it's called. It's by Brossard. For those of you who wake up
early,
early,
very nice.
Sunday morning. Yes, everyone's super nice there.
Yeah.
So maybe come there. That'd be cool. Let's book that. So you're telling me that in Brossard Division 2, everyone's alive to make the playoffs?
Yes.
Okay. So...
Up until 3 o'clock. So, when Primetime play at 10:30... they don't know if they're going to be in or not, right?
It's like the NFL flexed it, bro. This is beautiful. So Primetime and Red Knot Skins are all cheering for Ravens.
But Red Knot Skins...
Yes, okay.
If Primetime wins, it's looking very unlucky for Red Knot Skins at that point, given their points against.
Okay.
So Red Knot Skins need a Primetime loss, a win by them, an alternates loss.
Okay, which is still possible.
Everything is possible, man. Literally any given Sunday.
Wait a minute. Oh, yeah, no, that's possible. Okay, so Buccaneer clinched.
You thought they could have been out?
By the way, Rusty Trombones, their jerseys are sick.
What color are they?
They're like orange and like it's like almost like Dolphins colors. I'm not even just saying it because
Did
they
you
have
just get them
Dolphins
last
colors.
week?
Huh?
Did you get them last week?
I don't know. It's literally the first time I saw them all year. I never played against them, and I remember they were green last season.
But I thought maybe you saw them because they're playing after you, before you.
Just they're playing right after.
No. In other previous weeks, I thought maybe they'd be playing before or after you.
Nope.
Okay.
Okay, no. Let's talk about the bye, potential bye. So if Ravens win, can Rusty Trombones and or Ravens get a bye? Depends what Ravens BK will be. So in Brossard Division 2, the 1 and 2 seed are very important.
Ravens lost to KLB and 28-3.
So Ravens cannot get a bye.
Yeah, so it kind of looks like the buys are already set.
What about Rusty Trombones?
Rusty Trombones lost to KLB.
Okay.
So the buys are already set right now. It's going to be 28-3
Okay, so 23 and KLB. Congrats, you guys got the 2 buys.
Actually, no. If Ravens win and KLB lose both their games.
Yep.
Yeah.
So just 23 is clinched a bye.
KLB needs 1 win or a Ravens loss to clinch a bye.
Okay. Oh gosh, I don't know how I'm gonna sleep Friday night, and then I don't know how I'm gonna sleep Saturday. How about Sunday?
Yeah. I don't think you were planning on sleeping Saturday.
Got the house to myself. I don't know if I should have just said that.
Yeah, it's probably not the best idea to say.
I won't give my address.
Should I edit it out or?
What?
Should I edit it
No,
out?
leave it. Just won't give my address.
It'll be funny to see someone rings the doorbell.
Yeah.
Shit in your
Hey,
pants.
party, whoop up. I got my cat to protect me. So this is bananas. Like we only talked about teams making the playoffs. We didn't really talk about getting a 1 seed, right? Like Montreal.
Yeah.
So
that's
even
a
to
wrap.
teams that are already in the playoffs, there's still a lot to play for this weekend. We didn't even talk about like individual awards or what we think is going to
We
happen.
could do that next week. Oh, no, last playoffs to do. It's true. Usually we do a short episode on that, eh? You want to do it now?
Sure.
Yeah, okay.
Psych.
I mean, we could always preview who we think is going to win or comment on if we thought they deserve to win or not. Maybe we could do it quickly next week because next week we won't have that many games to preview since it's playoffs, a lot less games. So we could kind of go with like quickly who we. I'm not gonna make any promises.
True. Also, there's no Brossard next Sunday. Next Sunday.
What do you mean?
There's.
Why are you mixing up people right now? Like,
What? No, I'm saying there's no Brossard next Sunday.
Because all the. Why would there be no Brossard next Sunday?
July 31st. My birthday's up. July 31st. There's no Brossard.
I didn't know that. Are you sure?
Yep.
Why?
Ask John.
So there's a bye
The
week.
field's rented. The field's rented.
So everyone has a bye week.
So technically everybody has a bye week.
So some teams are gonna have 2 bye weeks. So that's not good. You don't want a bye week then.
Okay, wait. July 31st. Help me out, Terry. This is the last week of regular season. Yes. July 31st, there's no Brossard. And then August 7th, on Sunday, is the finals.
And semifinals.
And semifinals.
And
Correct.
quarterfinals for Division 2.
And quarterfinals for Division 2. Yes, so July 31st, there's no Brossard.
I'm asking John right now.
Okay. I'm like 99.9 sure that's correct. But man, it was hot this Sunday. I mean, you were at a wedding this Sunday? Did you?
What did I do this Sunday?
Saturday.
That was my sister's birthday.
Really?
Yeah.
For real?
Yeah.
Wasn't invited?
No. You had Brossard. We didn't do much. It's a small family thing.
All good. Hopefully, this Saturday, Sunday, it's a little bit cooler.
Yes.
'Cause it's been like hot. Like I think I would prefer a little bit of rain in comparison to what it was this weekend.
No rain.
Tight.
Let's see what it looks looking like now. Which is going to change by then.
Also, for playoffs, are we at separate fields as well?
More than likely, yes. But we'll try to get all the finals on one field.
Okay. So
But no
like,
promises.
but like the final day, August 6th and August 7th, we'll try and get both on the same field.
Yeah, but like there's going to be some semifinals that are going to be played on the
Oh.
30th. Some for some divisions on the 6th.
Right.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to rain a little bit Saturday and a lot on Sunday.
Really. Bring your umbrellas. Bring your rain caps. This is a super exciting time. And yeah, Terry, crazy. We didn't even talk about the awards or anything.
Yeah. Was that it?
I feel like we're missing something. Picks. Check the articles.
Yeah.
I still have a chance to not finish last. I'm 1% behind Terry.
And Johnson has a chance of finishing first.
Seriously.
Yeah, he has the same amount of chances finishing first and you have enough finishing last.
So a very good chance. Saying there's a chance. That's all we could ask for.
Bold predictions?
Bold
Or
predictions.
do we skip that?
I almost forgot.
Really?
I
I
swear.
could have went without it, but then you would have cried.
I would have cried afterwards. Thank you, Terry.
I'd get you a McFlurry or something.
Okay, let's go. Hey, final week early season. Let's go 2 predictions each. I'll go, you go. I'll go, you go. Okay.
How about we do one for each division?
I like it. There's 7. I'll
Yeah.
do 4. You'll do 3.
Okay, so you start Division 1.
Division 1. But we got 3 games this week. Bitter Boys Outlaws, Centurions
Did you see your
18.
bold prediction?
I have to buy myself some time, bro. Holy Trollers, Gold Cup.
Bitter Boys make the playoffs. That's too bold, eh?
That, unfortunately, would be more bold than saying you won't cut me off during an episode. Okay. No, that's not. Okay, I'm going to say this weekend in Division 1. No, I can't say it because then that means 8 team.
What were you going to say?
I was going to say 4 teams in the playoffs. Don't say in the playoffs.
Well, Gold Cup could technically be out, no?
Yeah,
If
but
you get smoked by Trollers.
I have to see my picks. Okay, both Centurions, 8 team, and Holy Trollers, Gold Cup, go to overtime.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
But overtime might mean nothing for Trollers at that point because you need to win by like 30.
I'll repeat what I just said. Both Centurions and 8 team and Holy Trollers, Gold Cup, will go to overtime.
Yes, but that overtime might not mean anything for Holy Trollers at that point because they will have needed to win by 30 to make it in.
And is that my problem?
No, I'm just saying your bold prediction is it's bold, it's cool, but I'm just saying that like if Trollers and Gold Cup go in overtime,
Yeah.
it probably means Trollers are out of the playoffs because Trollers need to win by a lot.
You can't win by 30 in overtime. That'd be pretty cool.
Are you being serious right now?
Bro, I'm not that dumb. Go Division 2.
I got a good one for you.
Okay.
For Division 1, I would have said I'll give one for Division 1 also.
Okay, nice.
There's going to be a tiebreaker that's going to go to more than points against. So we're going to have the tiebreaker is going to go to differential because 2 teams are going to have the exact same number of points against.
That's a good one. Good stuff.
For this one, Red Zone find the way to make the playoffs, and they'll face Outlaws in the playoffs.
Okay, so you're saying Nice C's will beat Marbles.
Yes.
So in your picks, you have to pick Nice
Well, I mean,
C's.
no, I don't. I don't actually think it's going to happen. It's just for the TV now, you know.
Okay. That is a bold one.
What do you got here?
Okay, show me the standings. Division 3.
St. Panache making it pretty bold. Or Average Joe's not making it as bold.
Yeah, thank you very much. I could do my own.
What?
I could do my own predictions. Thank you very much. I'm gonna say. But I was gonna probably say one of those 2. Okay.
Oh, you snooze, you lose, you know.
Bin make the playoffs.
Bin make the playoffs?
Yeah.
Oh, well, they have to beat Ross House, and then Jackrabbits have to lose to Iron Wolf, so it's not that unlikely.
Is that all it takes?
Yeah. It's okay. Your bold position sucked this week. You have many more to catch up. Division 4. Kevin's playing the Goats.
Yeah.
I say Phoenix make the playoffs despite Kevin throwing another 3 interceptions in this game.
Really?
Yeah. He's going to throw at least 3 interceptions, but he's still going to win the game, and they're going to make the playoffs.
I mean, they usually win despite his 3 picks. Bro.
Yeah, no, but now they're going to make the playoffs too.
Fair. Hey, what is this?
What is what?
That's mine, no?
No. You did Division 1 and 3, I did 2 and 4.
Oh, yeah, okay. Division 5, Jinx. You mind putting up the standings? Okay, Division 5. We got Heisenberg's hanging on to that last spot. Oh, man. Okay, I'm going to say... I don't even know if this is mathematically possible. Cyclones get the 1 seed.
Just, okay. Like, folks, we have 2 8-1 teams with 1 game remaining, and we have Cyclones sitting at 7-2 with 1 game remaining.
Yeah?
Okay?
Yeah?
And do you want to look who Cyclones played against before making that claim?
Can we go back?
Oh, wait, it's actually not that dumb. They're playing night triangles, but they lost to Phoenix. Did you know they were playing night triangles?
Yeah.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I saw the schedule there. Bro, stop testing and doubting me, bro.
Yeah, but they lost.
Cyclones get the 1 seed. That's my bold prediction.
But it's impossible.
What do you mean it's impossible? You
They
just
lost
said
to
it's possible.
Phoenix. So even if they would beat night triangles, it'd be a 3-way tie, but Phoenix beat both night triangles and...
Phoenix beat both?
Yes.
So you're telling me Phoenix is clinched at the 1?
No, because night triangles can win
none
and
of
can
night
lose.
triangles.
Phoenix is clinched over Cyclones. Like the 1 and 2 is going to be Phoenix is for sure not lower than 2.
Mimosa Crew gets the bye.
Oh my god, Night Triangle might have 82 points against. If they could end the year with under 100 points against, that's
bananas.
That's legit.
Okay, Mimosa Crew gets the 1 seed.
So who gets the 1 seed?
Yeah.
That's not possible either.
You didn't even look and you already say it's not possible.
Because Phoenix only lost 1 game and it's to Drama Club.
But did Phoenix and Mimosa Crew play each other? I mean, chances are they did, but you don't even know if they did.
They didn't.
But there you go.
Okay, but it's still not possible.
Okay, that's how bold I'm going. Mimosa Crew gets the 1 seed even though it's not possible. There, how you like them apples?
Okay, your bold predictions are so bad this week that they don't even make any sense.
I bet you it's
and they
possible.
cannot. No, it's not.
I bet you it's possible.
Oh my god. Can let me prove it to you. Who's Mimosa Crew playing? The replacements? If they win, they'll be 8-2. Yeah, it's not possible because they lost 2 Night Triangles. So Night Triangles will be over them. It's not possible.
So it's literally not possible.
It's not possible.
Fine, John will get the 1 seed.
Just say Buck makes the playoffs at that point.
Fine. Okay, no, fine. I'm gonna say MFL make the playoffs.
Okay, there we go.
There you go.
It's about time. We do this for you, the bold predictions, by the way.
And everyone loves it.
I say both of the Villains games go into overtime.
Okay, Villains Outlaws, Villains Jackrabbits?
Yeah.
Okay. Brossard Division 2 now. We got the alternates. Do you mind going to the standings, please? Thanks. Okay, Division 2, Brossard. Last week. Terry, can you pull out the fucking standings?
Bro, it's loading. It's not my fault. What happens every time we click on Brossard?
Okay. Wait, what did we say about possibly 1 seed? Who get the 1 seed? Who can't get the 1 seed?
It's between 28-3 and KLB. That's it.
No, but KLB can possibly not get a bye, right?
Yes, but they could also get the 1 seed. But no one's got the 1 seed between KLB and 23.
Can Rusty Trombones get the 2 seed? Yes.
Did they beat Ravens? Ravens lost to them, so yeah, and then KLB.
We're just double checking, folks.
KLB, Rusty Trombones. No, they cannot.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. KOB goes 0-2.
They're going to lose to Red Knot Skins?
They lose 20-3 and lose to Red Knot Skins.
And the Red Knot Skins make the playoffs?
Nope, because we win.
Okay. That's a wrap.
That's a wrap.
See you guys Saturday and maybe Sunday at breakfast or at the field.
Yes.
Bring your A game. It's the last week of this regular season.
Seriously. Man, been a great season.
We had 12 weeks of regular season. Like right now we would have been finalizing like the playoffs.
Because usually there's no...
Usually there's 10 games in 10 weeks.
Because now every team got 2 buys.
Yeah. Can you believe it went by that fast?
No. Pretty impressive. Pretty incredible. Hope you enjoy the show, folks. Playoffs standings on the line, seeding on the line. So even if you clinch the playoffs, still got a lot to play for.
The site might not be up to date as soon as you end the game.
It's a good call. So bring your best football for this weekend. Apparently, bring your rain hats, rain hats.
Cats?
Bring cats if you want.
Yeah,
my cat loves water. Yeah, bring your umbrellas, bring everything. Because you never know what's gonna happen in Brossard.
We'll see you this weekend.
See you, folks.